What's happening, everybody? This is, I'm not sure how this is going to play out, okay? We're trying to hook this thing up, get it going. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room here in Houston, and this is the first one of these that we've done late at night. In fact, it is 12:30 my time. Not that big a deal. I stay up late anyway. I got my double dry hop Pliny to keep me company. And for those of you that are listening, you can keep me company. Unless there's like 7 of you, then I guess you can keep me company. And this will be the last one of these we do. If there's like 5 people that are watching, I mean, shit, I could do that for my buddies. I call them up, tell them to buy me a 12-pack of beer, and I can do that with them on a thread. But what a game. What a grinder of a game. I kind of expected it, to be honest with you. That looks ridiculous. I'm like sitting back like this. I got to sit up, whether it hurts my back or not. Who gives a crap? I got to get ready. Get ready. Let's go. But just a really fun game. It wasn't aesthetically pleasing per se, but it was a fun game in that it was competitive. It was, like I said, a meat grinder of a game where every possession meant something, and it was tough. It was tough scoring out there. It really was. The Warriors, here's a stat for you, and it's kind of surprised me too. The Warriors were the number 1 team in the league this year in percentage of their baskets assisted. 71% of the time on a made bucket, it was an assisted basket, which was tops in the league. Tonight was 55%. Had to be one of the lowest of the year. The Rockets were really good defensively. The Warriors hit some really big shots. Steph had 3 threes in the second half that were just insane. And the only way to explain them is what Steph. And Steph does that kind of stuff. I mean, that's what Steph does. That's why Steph's one of the greatest of all time. That one on the right wing when Jalen Green was guarding him, and he was just drifting out of bounds, bucket. Then you had about a 37-footer from the right side, bucket. Then you had the one at the end of the shot clock from the left side, bucket. I mean, that ball was in his hands a nanosecond. And ball was gone. And it was bottom. And Jimmy Butler hit a couple big buckets. Moody, how about the bucket Moody had? Not the 3, which was a massive bucket, but the one Pajemski passed him a hand grenade with like 2 seconds left. Here you go. And he just caught it, and it was like a 15-footer, little fadeaway jump shot. Massive shot that he hit there. The Warriors hits a lot of massive shots. The offense didn't particularly work super well, and give credit to the Rockets. The Rockets got after the Warriors on defense, but so did the Warriors. The Warriors got after the Rockets on defense too. They mucked up everything. I think the Rockets did score 56 points. I have them here. This is what I like to do. So I like to save these stat sheets, and I like to get the end of the first quarter, end of the second quarter, third, and then the end of the game, and just kind of see quarter by quarter, where the momentum was going, what was working for the teams, what was causing them problems. Like the Warriors tonight, they got blitzed. I mean, just bludgeoned on the offensive glass. 22 offensive rebounds the Rockets had. And they killed them in second chance points. 22? If I had the damn light on here, but I was like in a bright arena all day. I didn't feel like, you know how I feel about light. I'm not huge on light. Just a little bit. 20-12, which was about in line with what they did this year. This year, in the 5 games the Rockets played the Warriors, the Rockets had 17 second chance points. Warriors had 10. Tonight it was 17-10 on average. Excuse me. Tonight was 22-10 Rockets. So, I mean, the Warriors actually got a little bit lucky, and then the Rockets didn't get 30 points. 30 second chance points on the 22 offensive rebounds, because that's the only way they stayed in the game. They were just playing volleyball up there sometime. Steven Adams is just like a mountain. He's a mountain with sneakers is what he is. That dude is so strong It's unbelievable. A couple of times he went in there and he went down to get the ball, and there were dudes flying everywhere. Like they're just flying here, flying there, and all of a sudden Steven Adams like he's like a horse. I got the ball. That dude, foxhole situation, anybody in the NBA, that's my guy. That's who I'm going with. I'm going to go with Steven Adams in that situation because Steven Adams is ridiculously strong. But, they're athletic. Thompson's athletic. Smith Jr. is athletic. Green's athletic. So they get after you on the boards. And they hurt the Warriors on the boards. There's no doubt about it. But the Rockets were 7 for 37 outside the paint tonight. 7? Let me repeat that. 7 for 37. That's like less than 20%. Hey, that's like, I can't imagine the Rockets will do that again. I can't imagine they'll go 7 for 37. They're not a particularly good outside shooting team. They're not a particularly good three-point shooting team. Like Van Vliet really struggled tonight. Green really struggled tonight. And the Warriors did a nice job of forcing him left. Like if Green can get going right and turn that corner, he can be a handful. But if you get him going left, he's not quite as comfortable going left. Dylan Brooks didn't get many looks from three, and he shoots about 40% from three, so that was huge. But I just thought it was a huge game in that the Warriors can play better, I think, offensively. But it's going to be one of those first 1 to 100 type series. You get to 100 in this series, you're probably going to win the game. I looked it up. In the 5 games they played this year, there was only one game that both teams scored over 100. And you'll probably remember this one because that was the one the Warriors got out to a 30-point lead in Houston. Then Houston came back and tied it in the second half. And then the Warriors ended up winning, I think, 127-121 in OT. Other than that, every other game featured one team getting over 100 or no teams getting over 100. So this is the type of game the Rockets don't mind playing. This is the type of game the Warriors can also play with their defense. And this is the type of game they've played against each other. So I assume this is going to be the type of games they're going to play where aesthetically it may not be super pleasing, but it's going to be hard fought. There are going to be battles. And, that's where you love to have Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, where these guys are really smart, really get into the, all the weeds when it comes to scouting and knowing what teams are going to do. And you can really dig into that stuff come playoff time. And then, it kind of helps to have a guy like Steph Curry. It kind of helps to have a guy like that where if you have nothing going on, the possession looks dead, you're just like, here, take it. See what you can do with it. And he's like, all right, I got you. And I know it's cliche to say special players do special things, but it is true. That's why they're special, man. They can do stuff the rest of us can't. They can do stuff the rest of basketball players just can't do. I mean, they can turn like shit into gold. It's like shit, bloop, gold. You're good. I got you. Tough 3. I got that one too for you. We're solid. On a night where it was really hard to score, Steph had 32 points, I think, on 19 shots. I mean, the efficiency is insane. Or was it 31 points on 19? That's what it was, 31 on 19 shots. I mean, that's insane efficiency for, a flowing game. For a game like this, that's unbelievable. What Steph did tonight was unbelievable. I thought the Warriors may have a little more success against their double big lineup, really kind of bringing them out and setting screen and rolls. But Şengün did a nice job of stepping out. Steven Adams did a nice job of stepping out. And they really didn't get a lot out of that. Like a lot of times they'll get something really good out of the Draymond roll where, they'll run the pick and roll and they'll double Steph. So Steph's coming this way. They double him. He throws it back to Draymond, or depending on which way it is. So throws it to Draymond, and Draymond will take it to the middle of the court. And then he'll find shooters. But the Warriors are kind of lacking in shooters sometimes with the groups they put out there. Like Gary Payton's not a shooter. Jimmy's not particularly a shooter either. Like he doesn't want to shoot the threes. Draymond doesn't want to shoot. the threes. So you have Pods out there sometimes when Quentin Post is out there. He's definitely a guy. I mean, that's kind of his job to, get in the corner and shoot that three. I kind of felt bad for him tonight. He went to rise up on that dunk and his leg gave out on him. I've had that happen before. It's not a good feeling. Like, I'm going to stuff it on somebody. Oh, my leg went out. And I'm going to hit it right off the front of the rim. And we're going to go the other way. It's like, ooh, yuck. Been there. Don't worry about it. He's had a nice impact for this team. But get ready for this. Get ready for this type of game where you're not sure exactly when the next bucket's going to come from. But the Warriors, that's the one thing the Warriors, it never gets talked about enough. When they're really good, when the Warriors are really good, they have a good defense. And the Warriors have a good defense right now. You put Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green out there, just by virtue of having those two out there, you're going to have a really good defense. And then Pods is a plus defender, I think. GP2, of course, plus defender. So the defense has been really, really good. And you just wonder, like, if you're a Rockets fan, like, do we have enough offense? Do we get? That's kind of been the, when I talk about the Rockets, that's what I say. Defensively, credible. Compete level, credible. Rebounding, get after it. They actually average the highest percentage of offensive rebounds per game. But shooting, Jalen Green, not super efficient. Van Vliet, not super efficient. Şengün's efficient. Dylan Brooks, not bad, but he's not a volume guy. And then Jabari Smith Jr. is kind of hit or miss. I like him. I think he'll play a bigger role. I thought he was going to be an X factor going into this game and had his moments. And, they didn't really go to him. Amen Thompson's not really a guy offensively that's polished quite yet. He's better. But defensively is where, like, he's going to make his money. And he's really good defensively, but didn't have much of an impact on tonight's game. So, anyway, but we're going to take phone calls. How are we going to take fucking phone calls? The only phone calls I'm going to be taking are from Ogden and Max. It's the only phone calls I'm going to be taking. So, I mean, unless somebody from my family calls, but I'm certainly not taking phone calls from you guys unless something really goes wrong. Like, if you can reach me by phone right now, I got an issue. I'm going to call Verizon and say, why are they calling me? But they're going to, they'll scroll the comments and stuff. But a couple other, I didn't watch a ton of games today. I mean, I did, but who cares? I mean, OKC, good Lord. I mean, even on Easter, Jesus couldn't have helped Memphis. I mean, my gosh. That was just, there's no way they're coming back from that one. And I know, look, it was a setup loss, right? Playing game, travel, all that. They were going to lose that game. But really? By 51? Yikes. And then, Orlando put together a good second quarter and looked like they were going to hang maybe. And then Boston said, no, you're not. You're done. And then Miami kind of hung a little bit. And no, you're not. We're done. Even last night, Lakers just got torched, absolutely torched by the T-Wolves. I think that might be a one-off, though, even though the Lakers were having all kinds of trouble with the T-Wolves' penetration. And that's why they hit a lot of those threes. Still, that was ridiculous how many threes they were hitting last night. They couldn't miss for a while. But that's playoff basketball. How many times did you notice Luka guarding the guy with the ball? That's by design. They put Luka in everything. They put him in everything. It's like the what is that? That hot sauce, Frank's, and she puts that shit in everything. That's what they were doing to Luka. They put Luka shit in everything. Pin downs, screen across, pick and rolls. Like, Luka, you're going to be in it. And ultimately, you're going to have to defend somebody, and you're going to have to keep somebody in front of you. Lakers got off to a great start, and then see ya. It was over. McDaniels hitting shots. I mean, it wasn't even like Edwards was on fire, right? He wasn't hitting shots. Nickeil Alexander hitting shots. Nas Reed was out of his skull last night. This guy couldn't miss. So that's going to be a fun series, though. I'm looking forward to that series. That should be a really, really fun one. And I think the West is going to be where the fun series are at. Again, I don't even know if there's a series in the East right now that I want to watch. I'll watch it. It's on TV. I'm not doing anything. Just sitting in a hotel room, like doing jack shit, staring at my can of Lone Star. Every time I see Lone Star beer, I think of Rick Moranis. Lone Star. Love that movie. Anyway, we'll take some comments. If you guys want to you got any questions you want to get to, any thoughts on the game tonight? Again, it wasn't a thing of beauty. It's not going to be. This is not that series. The Warriors didn't shoot great. They didn't shoot poorly. 36 for 76, 47.4, 12 for 32 from three, so 38%. And then got to the line 14 times. They had like 6 offensive rebounds. I think they had their first offensive rebound like 10 seconds left to go in the first half. Like they couldn't buy an offensive rebound. And you got to start hitting guys a little bit too, instead of ball watching from the outside. Because a lot of these guys for the Rockets are these athletes that are just running in from the perimeter, right? Running in from the perimeter, and these guys get some momentum behind them. It's like boing, and they're up in the air getting rebounds. So it's different than boxing out big guys. Boxing out big guys, you're the bucket, you get into them, try to get your ass into them, right? Get your ass, get that in there, back up in there, and get your shoulders out, and then keep them on your back. It's different when you're on the perimeter. On the perimeter, you're not trying to box someone out because you're in space. All you're trying to do is like hit somebody. Like if this is I'll show you. If that's a defender right there, all I'm trying to do is do this to his chest. Boom. And then I go get the ball. Boom. Go get the ball. Because I know where he is, and I've stopped his momentum. If I go like this, then he just goes, boing. And he goes up, gets the offensive rebound. But if you can put just bang, just that. You can't hit him as hard as we used to. We used to just go. Sorry about that. Just kind of hit him in the chest and then get to the offensive glass. But you can't ball watch. You don't want to ball watch. So you ball watch, and again, you're the offensive player. All you got to do is get like 15, 20% of those offensive rebounds. If you don't get it, no big deal. Just run back on defense. If you're the defensive player, though, you got to get a little more than 20%. So outside, pop somebody, then go get it. Inside, it's a different story. It's just a different technique altogether, inside and outside. So if we got comments, throw them up there. We can get to them. I know everybody's happy. Did I crack a roadie beer on air? Yeah. It's right here. I brought my own beer with me. You didn't think they sell Pliny the Elder in Houston, did you? No. I travel with beer. I got a little secret compartment that I'm not going to try to show you, because if I do, I'll probably screw this whole setup up. But there's a little secret compartment on the bottom of the bag that I carry. And I was able to fit about 14 beers in there. And so, and here's the problem, though. Do we see Kuminga with a jersey on this series? Well, I think he wears a jersey every game. He's not like Ralph Mouth from Happy Days. He's not like wearing his sweats and no jersey underneath. He has a jersey on. So, but he's just not. I don't know that he'll play. Here's the thing. If you're asking me, Tom, is Kuminga going to play this series? I'd probably say no. But that's the thing about the NBA, man. You never know. Kuminga's job now is to stay ready in case Steve goes to him. Because then you got to be ready. You can't, I'm not ready. No, that's your job now, is to stay ready. So I don't know if he'll play, but it doesn't matter. It matters to him, but it's about winning now. It's just about him being ready, because he could get called. Game could go sideways. Foul trouble, injury. So you got to stay ready. What I was going to say is I'm taking the beer and putting it in the fridge here. The problem is the fridge already has other beverages in it. the ones placed there by the hotel we're staying at. You know, where you pick them up and there's like an electric gadget on the bottom or whatever, and you know, boop, and you get charged for it. So I'm trying to put my beer in there and not have it move any of the other beverages because I don't want to get charged for just storing my beer in the fridge because I don't want their beer. Not that it's overpriced, sure it is. It sucks. I want my beer. That's why I brought my beer. I brought my beer so I could drink my beer. I don't have to count on Houston's craft beer scene to get my hops in for this trip. So, you know, I don't take any chances. Like, I bring my own stuff. Bring your own stuff. You know exactly what you're getting. And so anyway, yes, it's really a 10:49 live show. Actually, it's not. It's a 12:49 live show. Is Memphis as bad as OKC? No, of course not. And they made the playoffs. They're 8 seed. They're not 51 points worse than OKC, but OKC is good. OKC is the best team in the West. OKC might be the best team in the league. I think they are. Do they win it? Not sure. There was the one negative, one of the few negatives I had with the Rockets was lack of experience. That's kind of what OKC has. They don't have a ton of experience on that team, but they're good. They don't have negatives. When you bring a guy off the bench, he's not a negative. They don't have guys you can hunt on defense. You can go 10 deep, and they can have a guy that could guard somebody. And they have everything you want. They got a superstar. They don't have a knockdown shooter, although Isaiah Joe, well, I guess he is a knockdown shooter. Isaiah Joe is pretty damn good. But they got a bunch of guys that can shoot 35, 36% from three. They got 2 bigs. One's a guy that's closer to the bucket, Hartenstein. The other guy, Holmgren's the guy that's going to block shots. He can hit 3-pointers and handle the ball in the open court. And then you have a whole bunch of dudes who are long, athletic, and active. And there's just nowhere to go for you to think, oh, we're going to attack this guy. Like, right, I'm going against the Rockets. Who can I attack? I can attack Şengün. I can attack Jalen Green. Those are guys I can attack. You don't have those with OKC. Very similar to Boston. Boston, you don't have guys you can attack, right? You can't attack Holiday. You're not going to attack Tatum. You're not going to attack Brown. You're not going to attack Porzingis. They just don't have dudes you can attack. You're not attacking White, but few teams have that. Now, what OKC has that Boston doesn't have is OKC can go to the bench and bring dudes on, and you can't attack them either. So they just don't have a guy that you can go at, and they're really good. Now, do they have to pay some dues, pay a playoff tax, so to speak, where you got to pay a little bit before you win a game, before you win a championship? Don't know. But right now, I mean, there's a reason they set a record this year, a scoring differential record. I think it was 12.7. It was the largest one in the league since they've been keeping track of that stat, because they're really good offensively and they're really good defensively, and they have a bunch of two-way players. That's why the Warriors won so many championships starting in 15, two-way players. You have enough two-way players, really good two-way players, then you can win. And they got a bunch of dudes who are two-way players. So, yeah. No, Memphis isn't that bad, though. Memphis is a good team. Jaw's a good player. Jaren Jackson Jr., good player. Desmond Bane, really good player. So they'll be better. Who do I think is winning this year? I've always thought the Warriors are going to win. I think the Warriors are a better team. I think the Warriors have more experience. The Warriors are better offensively. Here was the one worry I had about this series was the Rockets are a number 2 seed who could legitimately say we're being disrespected. Think about it. Cleveland, Boston, OKC, and Houston. It's like if I were to ask you which one doesn't belong, you'd say, well, Houston. Houston's not as good as those 3. And I agree. And the Warriors were favored in this series, like minus 170, minus 180. So, everyone's picking the Warriors. The books are picking the Warriors. players are picking the Warriors, not players, but wagerers are picking the Warriors. Quote unquote experts are picking the Warriors. So, yeah, I mean, if you're the Rockets, you're like, gee, weren't we in second this year in the West, the Western Conference? Like, they're going to have a chip on their shoulders. And one game is not going to deter them. Just won't. It's one game. Who cares? You need to win 4. So they're going to be better. But I just think the Warriors were too much. So, yes, John, I said Bane without doing Bane. Because when I was working with my good friend John Lund, I used to always do Bane when I was on the air. You know, you'd say Bane, you go, oh, Bane. And then, you know, it'd be stupid. So thanks for that, Lund. What are you doing up so late? Oh, that's right. It's only fucking not even 11 there. No wonder you jokers are up. Not even 11 o'clock. What player has to step up in order to, and the next time make Lund pay me too, to pop on the screen. What player has to step up in order to win the series? I mean, you never know. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? It could be Bajemski. It could be Moody. And Moody was 4 for 18 on threes before he hit that last one from the corner. And I'm hoping that one will kind of get his confidence, because it looked like early on in the game he didn't quite have his confidence. That one turnover he threw, tried to pass it to Jimmy, and it was already an overplay, and it was an easy interception really early in the game when things were going south, about as south as they could go early in the game. People are like, oh, no, this is like settle down. Okay, we're like 6 minutes into the game. It's a long game, but it just didn't look like he had his confidence there. But he worked through it. He didn't take a lot of shots tonight. He still brings it defensively, but those last 2 shots he hit, I thought were big for his confidence, because when he's hitting shots, that gives him another 3-point shooter out on the perimeter. Pajemski's a guy who I thought was good tonight. Didn't shoot it great, not poorly. 5 for 13, 3 for 8. So, you know, not bad. But his confidence was there. Like it didn't look like he had a moment where he was like, oh, it's the playoffs. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. So he could be a guy that steps up and plays. Peyton could be one of those guys. I mean, Buddy didn't play a lot tonight, but he shot the ball against the Rockets very well this year. So maybe he has his moments. But that's the beauty of the playoffs, is you expect Steph to do what Steph does. You expect Jimmy to do what Jimmy does. But there's probably going to be somebody else that has a game that you can't anticipate having that game, right? Like the Rockets tonight, Şengün did what Şengün usually does. And is there a more fun name to say in the NBA? Şengün. I just like Şengün. It's a fun name to say. But then Jalen Green was brutal. It was brutal on offense. So, you know, I think the X factor for them is Jabari Smith Jr. I just think I like his game. Now, I don't get a chance to watch the Rockets, so if I watch them enough, that's when you truly get a chance to know someone's game. But what I've seen of him, I really like him. I like him as a defender. I like the length. I like the fact that he can rise over guys and shoot. He can shoot from 3. He's just really good. But, you know, it's obvious. Your backcourt, what was it? Your backcourt can't go 7 for 34. If your backcourt goes 7 for 34, you're probably not winning. In fact, you're probably lucky you're only losing by 10. But 7 for 34 is brutal. What's up, Mr. T? Walker told me to stop by. Thanks, Walker. Walker's out there. Is Walker like out there like that dude on the corner? And he's like got the sign spinning and it says the Tom Tolbert show, and he's just like doing that. He's doing got the chicken suit on and subscribe and like and all that. I think Walker probably says subscribe and like more than I say subscribe and like, which, by the way, if you want to do, that'd be it'd be more than adequate. So I would appreciate it, but whatever. Do I think any of the first round series goes 7 in the East? No. I mean, Detroit played well against New York for 3 quarters, and then just got blitzed, absolutely blitzed in the 4th quarter. So Boston, not a chance. Cleveland, not a chance. And by not a chance, if it happens, you want to come back at me, then please feel free. But I can't imagine there's any chance any of those go 7. If Dame comes back, maybe. But I think Indiana's better than Milwaukee, even if Dame's there. I think a lot of the ones in the West have a chance to go 7. OKC doesn't. That one's not going 7. This one could go 7. There's a possibility this could go 7. Wolves, absolutely. That could go 7. And then maybe the best game of the first round was Clippers Nuggets. What a game that was. High level stuff. That one, if it doesn't go 7, I think I might be mildly surprised. And wow. It might come down to who hits shots at the end of the game, Chris Dunn or Russell Westbrook. Because could you be more open? Could Russell Westbrook, that guy's a Hall of Famer. Could a Hall of Famer be more wide open at the end of a game? And like by design, by the way. It wasn't like he was mistakenly wide open. They're just like, please, shoot. We'd love you to. We'd love you to. No. They did. And then Chris Dunn's a guy who's a great defender for the Clippers, but the Nuggets want him to shoot too, because you don't want Kawhi shooting, you don't want Harden shooting, you don't want Zubac shooting, you don't want Powell shooting. It's like, man, let's get Dunn to shoot. Let's see what happens there. Let's roll the dice there. But that's the one I think that will go 7. But now that the Lakers lost home court, I think that one will probably go 7 too. But in order of likelihood to go 7, I'll go Clippers, Nuggets, Wolves, Lakers. This one, and that's probably it. Maybe Pacers, Bucks, possibly Pacers, Bucks, maybe. But again, that Dame's gonna have to come back and be Dame. If Dame doesn't come back, they said he's coming back either tomorrow, most likely, if not game 3. But he's gonna have to be himself. He's gonna have to be himself, and then maybe. I still think the Pacers are better. Pacers, a little more athletic, but have played better the last few months of the season. Like, they're really good. They got off to a really, really slow start. They were probably 500 for 30 or so games, and then, got going. And then I think we're like 20 games over 500 at that point from then on. So they're a good team. But maybe, possibly. But, yeah. So I think those are the ones that I think, and I just find the Clipper one fascinating because that's just such a fun series to watch. You got the best player in the world, and then you got Kawhi being Kawhi again, which is so much fun to watch. Brian wants to know who poses more of a threat to OKC, Denver or the Clippers. I would say Clippers. In fact, I feel pretty confident in saying the Clippers because they're athletic, they're long. They got really skilled players that could put the ball in the hole. I mean, you got 3 guys who could go off and pop off and get you 30. And I'm talking about Powell, Kawhi, and Harden. And like Zubac can do it too. Now he needs help, right? Someone's got to throw the ball to him. You got to get the ball off the glass and stuff like that. But those 3 dudes are ballers. And Powell's had a hell of a year. So I think they would pose a bigger threat. I just think OKC would be way too deep for the Nuggets. I can just see a scenario where if the Nuggets play OKC and Jokic is on the court, that it's pretty even. Like they're battling and they're battling and they're battling. And then as soon as Jokic goes off the court, they just get absolutely fucking blitzed. Just whoosh, just whitewash. Just see ya. Like it's a close game. It's a close game. It's a close game. It's a close game. Jokic needs 5 minutes to rest. He's rested. Okay, Jokic's back in. You're down 15. Bang. Their offensive rating is silly when Jokic is in. 125. It's like historically one of the best offenses ever, right? Like 125. When he's out, it's like 102. One of the worst. I mean, the difference between Jokic being on the court and being off the court is insane. Absolutely insane. Shows you how good he is. Watch him play and don't watch him. Next time you watch him play, don't watch him for the buckets or the shots or the pump fakes or all that. Watch the passes he makes. Even the simple passes. Like Jokic gets it right probably like 95+% of the time. Like in what you should do in this play. What should I do here? Pass, boom, pass here, pass there, hold on to the ball, wait, pass. Okay, it's spin, pass. His success rate, his hit rate on being right is insane. That's what makes him a great player. I mean, of course, all the other stuff as well. I mean, he's got great touch. I always say when he shoots the ball, it looks like the rim's made of pillows because the ball just hits and goes poof, poof, poof. It's like Jokic's ball doesn't hit and go ping, ping. You see how some guys don't have any touch, and it just looks like Ricochet Rabbit. Ping, 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 ping. And him, it just, oh, that just falls in. It's like a pillow. Oh, that was nice. I love that guy. Love that guy so much. He's fun to watch play. But yes, I think the Clippers would be a bigger problem for them. Oh, my man, Danny said he had Tim and I synced with the TNT podcast. Appreciate that. Hope we didn't let you down. No, we have a good time. Tim and I love, and Tim's the best. I'm just there for the Bud Light, but he's incredible. So, am I getting any beers from Affel Brewery while you're in Texas? Hey, I don't even know where Jeremy is. I probably should have found out how close he is to Texas. But I got 2 days off, and I should have him. I should have him deliver some. Where's his brewery, by the way? So, Todd asked me if I'd do anything tomorrow in Houston. Why? You looking for a date? I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably how many beers? Like 3. I can pack 3 beers in the fridge, and then it starts to get too crowded. So I got 3 in there right now. I took the Pliny out. I'm probably gonna have one more here in a second before we get on out of here. But I'll go grab one more. Usually I wind down, come back to the hotel, grab a beer. How do you pack your beers for? No, I don't bring it on the flight with me. It's stowed away. I'm not actually drinking my beer on the flight, although I could, because we have a cooler there. Although not usually on outbound flights; those are on inbound flights. But Steve likes his Mexican beer. Steve's a huge Modelo guy. Although what do we have today in the locker room? There was Modelo, there is Red Stripe, Jamaican for beer, and there was Shiner Bock. It's okay. They actually had Pliny in there a couple weeks ago. I was like, whoa. When did you guys come up with Pliny in the locker room? Me likey, me approve. So I had a couple of those, but I didn't see any of those today. Am I gonna get some barbecue in Houston? Damn right, I'm getting barbecue in Houston. I might go get tomorrow. Tomorrow's Astros Blue Jays. We're gonna watch some baseball tomorrow. I think Tim and I and my producer RC, we're gonna go over there. I'm gonna try to convince the coach to get over there and watch. Although I don't know, he might be breaking stuff down. They can only break stuff down for so long. And Steve's a massive baseball fan anyway. He loves baseball. So, what's the Houston defensive adjustment? I mean, look, I don't know that you need much of an adjustment. Steph, those 3 shots that Steph hit, I hope everybody appreciates how tough those were. Those were ridiculous shots. Like, I would say if he took all 3 of those again, he'd probably make one of them. Because they were probably 30% shots even for him. And this is the greatest shooter of all time. So I don't know that they're going to do anything different. They've had success before. I don't think you overreact off one game. Steph played 3 games in the regular season against the Rockets, shot 30% from 3. So they've done a good job on him. I remember the last game, he was 1 for 10. So I don't know that you change a whole lot. That's the one thing I don't think you can do as a coach. You got the second best record in the Western Conference, right? If you're Ime Udoka. And if you go in there now after one game and make like big, okay, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do like panic. Players sense that. Like, why are you panicking? We lost one game. We won 52 games this year. We're good. We just got to do things better. And that's generally the answer, is do things a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. That's how you win basketball games, not by making huge changes. Now, they may make a small tactical change here or there. Free roam is 3 hours and 18 minutes from Houston. Sorry, Jeremy. Ain't happening. not going to make it this trip. Like, I like to go for walks every day. That's a little too far. That's a little out of my range. And so, yeah, they don't distribute yet. I highly doubt. So, now there's no way. But no, if I'm Udoka, I'm like, okay, we may change the rotation a little bit, tweak some minutes here or there, a little bit. But you start making changes after one game, then your team's gonna look at you cross-eyed. Like, bro, we're good. Let's just clean some stuff up. Yeah, Austin's right. Jimmy Butler is so steady. He's just so good. I didn't realize I knew he was good, right? I watch basketball, so I know how good Jimmy is. But you don't appreciate somebody unless you watch him every night. I mean, watching him every night, just watching the plays he makes. Like the one play he made tonight, I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was a loose ball, and he was on the left wing, and it was careening out toward the left elbow. And he ran to get it, and I want to say it was Amen Thompson that was coming at it too. Like they're both going after the ball, and Jimmy's going to beat him to the ball. Barely. So he beats him to the ball, and he tries to catch it and shoot it in one motion because he knows he's going to get run into. Now, ultimately, they ended up taking the ball on the side, so he didn't fool the ref. But the fact that he thought about that while the ball's coming, like, let me go grab it. Oh, crap, he's going to hit me. Let me just throw it up and see if I can get a shot at it. But, like, Jimmy's one of those guys that's ahead of the chains. He's not behind the chains. He's ahead of the chains. That's Draymond. Like if it were football, Draymond always be second and two. That's how far he is ahead of the game. And Jimmy's the same way. He just gets it. He just understands it. He's solid. He understands the moment. He understands the possession. He understands everything. He's a guy coaches love to have on the court because you feel safe. You feel secure. It's like, I like it. I love having that guy out there for me. You're welcome, Steve. Steve said, thanks for, yeah, of course. You know, what the fuck else am I doing? If I was the Rockets, I'd keep attacking the basket with Şengün and that. Well, they're going to. I mean, they don't have any choice. That's what they do. They're going to attack the bucket. I would imagine Green will come back with a better game. They gotta come up with something to get him to his right hand because the Warriors were ISO ball and they were just, sitting on his right hand. So, and then what I mean by sitting on his right hand is, let's say I'm guarding you, and I'll back this up a little bit so you can see this. So if I'm guarding you straight up, right? So I'm right here, and I'm in front of you, and the video monitor is you, and you're the player. So if I'm going to shade you one way, like I would go half a step this way, right? I'd go half a step this way and force you to your left. So that's what the Warriors were doing. Other way would be force you to the right. But I'm not going to be here. I don't want to give you a free runway, right? I don't want to give you this free runway over here to go straight by me. We call those straight line drives. You don't want to give up a straight line drive. So it's more, half a body length. And I'm kind of expecting you to go this way. So I know where you're going. And then as you're driving, I'm going to get to a spot, beat you to a spot. So if I can beat you to that spot, then I can force you to rise up for a jump shot, force a tough shot, try to cross me over, or, circle back out of it. And the Warriors did that with him all night long. They just didn't let him get to his right hand. They were going to beat him to his right hand. Like, if you're going to go right, I'm going to just jump you, and I got you. And he got there a couple of times, but not very often. But, yeah, I mean, that's ultimately who they are. They're Şengün getting to the bucket. They're Adams crashing the hell out of the offensive glass. But it's not going to matter if Green and Van Vliet shoot the way they shot. It's just not. You can't shoot 7 for 37 from outside the paint and win a game. You can't do it. And what did I say they were tonight? I mean, they were brutal tonight shooting the ball. They were 7 for 34. So interesting that they were 7 for 37 as a team outside the paint, and those two were 7 for 34. So, coincidence? I think not. So, yeah, again, a lot of it is just making small adjustments, and I think they'll make those adjustments. All right, we got about, I don't know. I'll stay on here as long as you guys want, but I'm going to get another beer. So you're just going to have to hold on for a second, okay? Because I don't have anybody here to get me a beer. So I'm going to get my own beer. So I'm going to come back with a different beer as Pliny goes in the trash. So excuse me just for one brief moment. I think we just did that so we could use a graphic. That's the only reason I went and got a beer. No, actually, the only reason I went and got a beer because I wanted another beer. And this one is a cellar maker. It's pretty pills. Little Pilsner. So there you go, John. Good to see you're out of jail. Go grab yourself a beer. You deserve one. Rockland said important to finish series early so the Warriors can get some rest. I mean, it's always important to finish series early if you can. I mean, I don't think anybody says, hey, let's make this thing go longer than we have to. Like, everybody wants to get this thing done in 4 to get it done. But, I mean, the more your point is taken, the more rest you can get, especially with an older team. It's not like Jimmy and Draymond and Steph or young kids anymore. And so the more rest you can get, the better off. So, yes, absolutely. Is it going to work that way? I mean, you never know. I mean, who knows? They're more than capable of winning next game. I have no doubt about that. Will they? I expect Houston to come out with their hair on fire and ready to go. So it's going to be tougher. So where can the Warriors be better? Well, now the assists were interesting. OP is, and I said earlier in the show that they only assisted on 55% of their buckets this year or this game. I don't know if that was a low for this year because they assisted on 71% of their buckets this season, which was a good enough for first in the NBA. So, of course, it's the NBA, not the NFL. They weren't first in the NFL in assisted buckets. So they were number one. Tonight they were 55%. And the assists were low. They had 20. Where can they get better? They need to be better on the glass. Like, they're going to probably get beat on the offensive glass by the Rockets because they're number one in that category, offensive rebounding percentage. Ooh, that's a nice Pilsner right there. That's a nice Pilsner. But they can't get slaughtered. Like, 20 is too many. 20 is entirely too many. So, if it's 14, which is still a lot, okay, you'll live with that. But again, a lot of it's going to start from the perimeter. It's got to be the perimeter guys boxing out. It's got to be guys anticipating where the ball's going to go. It's got to be guys anticipating when the shot's about to be taken so you can pop somebody in the chest like I showed you. But it's got to be better. Like, that's the one where if I'm Steve, I'm like, we have to do that better. We can't continue to survive that way. We continue to give up 20 offensive rebounds a game, then we might not survive this series. So, was it looking like 1997? That's what's well, it wasn't. I talked to him after the game, and he said 1997. I said, well, those games were like 68, 64. It wasn't that bad. I mean, but it was a rock fight. I mean, it was a slugfest. They played that one like inside of a phone booth. Is what it was like. It was hard. Like, I felt like when the Warriors were up 20, it was over. Just because points were at such a premium. I don't know if the Rockets would be able to come back from that type of deficit in that type of game. It was very different than, like, let's say, God, who the Warriors play at the end of the season where I didn't feel like points were at a premium at all. It wasn't the Clipper game. God, I can't remember what game it was, but I remember telling Tim, like, boy, points are cheap in this game. And it felt like a 20-point lead was like an 8-point lead. Just like, because teams are going to go on runs. They're just going to go on 12, 15-point runs. And that's what happened. This game wasn't that game. But then the Warriors turned it over a little bit. Rockets got on the offensive glass, and they actually hit a couple threes. I think Van Vliet hit one. Şengün hit that one. That was like a miracle 3 too, which was incredible. So let's remember some of those games. I was at a bar one time in New York, ESPN bar, and me and my buddy went. And I remember this. We watched the Pistons, or no, it's Celtics and the Pacers, I think it's what it was. And I don't know if it was conference finals or the division final. I'm not sure. Conference semis. 68-64. Fucking playoffs. 68-64. Final. So this wasn't that. I mean, that was disgusting. That was literally like pulling teeth. Like seriously pulling teeth to get a bucket in that game. Like they should have stopped every game, every bucket, and had a ticker tape parade, because it felt like there should be some celebration that went along with the bucket, because it didn't happen that often. So yeah, I get what he's saying, but this wasn't that. This wasn't like, but it was rough. It was rough. Scoring in this game was not let's put it this way. It wasn't like early last year. Every game was like 125, 130. This was that was this not whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Cheers, Tom, blah, blah, blah. Fresh squeeze is good. I like fresh squeeze. I think I might like that better though, to be honest with you. But so that's the only thing I would say that they need to really do better. Because I thought they did a good job on Jalen Green. Thought they did a pretty good job on Şengün. Steven Adams was all about the offensive glass. And I'd like to see him do one thing offensively. Like, again, if they could get something out of the high pick and roll with Şengün or Adams. I didn't think they got a ton out of that. And I'll give the Rockets credit for that too. But again, I mentioned this earlier on. Usually it's a shot because they didn't play drop coverage tonight. And for those that don't know what drop coverage is, it's when you set a high pick and roll and the big guy is guarding the screener, but he'll stay in the paint. So he's dropped, letting the guard come to him or forcing an outside shot. And sometimes they'll play drop coverage against Steph. And I'm thinking, are you on dope? Like, seriously, you need to get drug tested if you're going to play drop coverage against Steph Curry. Because that's just an invitation to get slaughtered. The best shooter in the history of the game, you're going to drop and just let him walk into a three-point shot. Good luck with that. So the Rockets, for obvious reasons, didn't want to play that. And they came up and kind of strung it out and doubled it and then got back into a full rotation. But the Warriors didn't get a whole lot out of that. I'd like to see them get more out of that if they do go to that play, which I'm assuming they'll do at some point during the game. And I think if they'd have got more out of it, they would have ran it more tonight, but they didn't really feel like they need to. Oh, there was my beautiful daughter-in-law saying that my grandson Kai is saying hi. What a bummer today. So they're all celebrating Easter, Elisa and Walker and Kai. Walker is our, I should say. Lori and our middle child. And he's married to Elisa, and Kai is 11 months old. Kai's the man. Kai is just the man, period. I need to tell you why Kai's the man. Kai's the man. And then Weston's our oldest, and he has a granddaughter, Camila. And then Haley's our youngest, and she's actually a sicko Warrior fan. Like, and I would say low key, but not even low key. She just texts me during the game all the time. What are we doing? Are you kidding me? Nice start. Oh, great. Nice. Here we go. So yeah, her and I will text all the time, but I didn't get to see today. So they're all at the house and I'm out on the road, and they got a little ball pit for Kai and Camila, and they were playing in the ball pit, and that was pretty sweet. And I got to see a couple pictures of it. So I wish I'd have been there to witness that. Although Kai actually got to the top of the slide, and it looked like he looked over. He's like, "Yeah, we're good. We're not going to do the slide just quite yet. Let's go back to the balls. Balls are cool. I like the balls. Let me go sit in the balls and throw those around." But yeah, he's a little sweet stuff. So thank you for checking in, Lisa. Love you guys. Defense. Yeah, I mean, defense was great today. And then look, the 17-3 run that you mentioned, they had some turnovers that weren't great. And then the Rockets got on the glass. Because at no point during the game did the Rockets ever really get hot, where you felt like, oh, the offense starting kind of click now. I never got that at all. I never thought the Rockets are kind of cooking right now. Ever. It was just, it never. If they scored 2 buckets in a row, you felt like they were cooking a little bit, but not really. But the offensive glass is what kept them in it. So the Warriors' turnovers in the offensive glass was kind of what started that run. Look, you turn the ball over, you're not getting shots up. You're getting yourself out of rhythm. And I'll state the obvious. When you turn it over, you're not scoring. And then you kind of feed the other team. One other thing the Warriors did well, though, is they kept the Rockets out of transition. The Warriors, I think, were 7th this year in transition points. And take transition points, fast break points, kind of with a grain of salt. I do. I'm not sure how these things, how the NBA goes about assigning a fast break point. What is a fast break point? How many seconds into the shot clock can you shoot it? I don't know exactly, but the Rockets do average 17 fast break points a game this year, and they only got 4. So whatever, the Warriors did keep them out of the open court, which was good. But they did turn the ball over. That's something both coaches will talk about. The turnovers and the points off turnovers hurt both teams. So both coaches will, I mean, it doesn't matter in the playoffs. You're always going to have something to get on your team about a little bit. And it's better to do it after a win. And so, anywho. All right, what else we got? Oh, Kai Tolbert is a baller. You kidding me? Kai is the man. Kai is the man. Camila's the girl. And that's just all there is to it. So those are my 2 little sweeties. But Kai Tolbert is, yeah, he's the man. He's a big dude, too. He's a big dude. I'm thinking he's going to be a left tackle. Maybe he could take over for Trent Williams when Trent retires in 17 years. Trent will be 54, still playing left tackle for the Niners. I'm thinking that probably wouldn't be a great thing if he's 54 and still playing. Oh, and by the way, Friday we're going to have a draft show. So I will get home Thursday, and we're going to have a show. We're having a show this week as well. I think we're going to have – who are we having on this week? We're having God, let me look real quick. I have to make sure because he did. Daniel told me who we're having on this week. But Craig Bergman, my buddy, is going to join me Friday. And he's a huge Niner fan. He's been a Niner fan forever. Grew up here. McDonald's All-American football player. Went to Arizona. There we go. Todd Husak, Chad Millman. Thank you. Look at that. You put it right up on the screen. Why am I looking at my phone? Very nice. I love Todd, too. I had him on a lot when I was on CamBR. It'll be fun break down the quarterbacks with him. And then Chad Millman, we'll look at the draft from a gambling point of view. So if there's any wagers you guys can make on Thursday. And then Thursday, we'll be off. And I'll be enjoying the draft. No, I won't. I'll watch it. Of course, I'm going to talk about it on Friday. Of course, I'm going to watch it. But draft is a great thing to record, by the way. Record it, rip through the commercials and the commentary, and I just keep moving on. Just boop, see ya, soup, soup. I don't need everyone's commentary on every pick. I just don't. But my buddy Bergie's coming on Friday, so I think he has 4 championships at Monte Vista. I mean, coached a bunch of pros. Jake Hayner, backup quarterback for the Saints, coached him. Zach Ertz coached him. So he'll come on Friday and break down the draft, the Niners, Brock Purdy, all that kind of stuff. Did you ever ride your bike down the Santa Ana River to go to the beach? No, I did not. I didn't go to the beach. I wasn't a beach guy. I mean, looking at my skin, you should realize I didn't go to the beach much. Thank God. Look at all this. Like, I don't know if you can see this on my arm. Like, right in there. All those scars. That's from, like, skin crap that I've had. And I don't even go out in the sun. Like, I don't. I just know. I went to the beach like 3 times a year. I grew up like 10 minutes from the beach, 15 minutes from the beach. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't love the beach. I always got burnt. I hated getting burned. And I didn't go in the water much. So, and I still get all this crap that I get taken off me. So, no, I wasn't a beach guy. I'm still not a beach guy. I'm not a sun guy. I try to cover up as much as I can, but I never rode my bike down the Santa Ana to get to the beach. So I was next to our best beach was probably Bolsa Chica. Bolsa Chica Beach was probably the best beach. Like I didn't live near the cool beaches, right? At Newport was a little out of the way. Nobody went to Newport. Seal Beach was our closest beach, but Bolsa Chica was our best, like, good beach. But didn't live next to Manhattan. We were too far south for that, too far north for Newport. So, what are you gonna do? That's okay. I used my time wisely. Instead of going to the beach, I played ball. And so, sorry, I wasn't the next Laird Hamilton. I never surfed, but whatever. I go to the beach in Alameda all the time now. Bro, that is not a beach. I love Alameda, but I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. I went and I was like, first time I went to that beach, I'm like, bro, this is a beach? What? This isn't a beach. These are Southern California beaches. Well, it's not really a beach. It's on the bay. It's not on the ocean, right? It's like Alex said Guy's G League experience really. Like, I think Guy was fine. I mean, Guy didn't play a lot. They didn't ask Guy to do a ton tonight. How many minutes did he play? Guy played 8? No, 6.5. You know, he was a +1. He was 1 for 1. Got to the free throw line a couple times. Hit a 3. Had a rebound. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you saw something different than I did. I thought Guy was okay. Guy didn't stand out to me like, oh my gosh. Guy looks nervous out there. Look, Guy's going to be Guy. Guy's a Tasmanian devil. He just goes out there, grabs rebounds, dives on the floor. You know, maybe hits an open shot, maybe doesn't, but he's going to give you energy every single time. So, Quentin Post. Quentin, I thought, was maybe a little nervous tonight. But again, that's to be expected. I mean, the first playoff game I played in, like, you don't realize it as a player. The first playoff game you play in is different than anything else. You think it's the same. It looks the same. It smells the same. Everything's the same until you actually get in the game and start playing. And then you're like, oh, this is a different intensity than the regular season. Every possession means something now. Like, this feels different. And the first time I knew it was different, I caught a ball, maybe right elbow extended, 17 feet away, pulled up for a jump shot and thought that thing was money. Like, it just felt so good coming off my hand. And then it cleared the rim and ricocheted off the plexi. Ping! And I was like, oh, damn. Because there's one thing if you're short, but you felt you were short. There's another thing if you're long, but you kind of felt when you let it go, like, that's got to sit a little bit. It's an altogether different thing when you think you shot something that was pure and you missed by 2 feet. That'll mess you up. That'll mess you up. It's like, oh, wait a minute. We need to recalibrate here just for a second. And then you realize all the adrenaline that's running through your system. Because again, every possession feels a little bit different. The only way I can explain it, and I tell people this, it's the same sport, but completely different, is what playoff basketball is like. And I never got to the conference finals or the finals, so it's got to be even more so when you get to that level. But when you're a rookie and you play your first playoff game, trust me, it's not like a normal game. It's not like, hey, here we go, we're good to go. So I thought for the most part the rookies were fine. I thought Quentin Post was a little nervous tonight, and look, it happens. But I thought Guy was fine. I didn't think Guy did anything that made me say, "Ooh, he's not ready," or "Ooh, he's really nervous." He just, because Guy's Guy. Guy just runs around and bumps into people and gets rebounds and does his Guy thing, which I love because that's what they need, and he understands that's what I bring. So you know what? Perfect. That's what they need. That's what I bring. Voila. Chocolate and peanut butter, like Reese's peanut butter cup. Boom. You're good to go. All right. What else do we have here? Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. All right. Let's keep moving. I mean, as much as I love compliments, but okay. Please explain why Kerr is not playing Kuminga. Did they win tonight? I mean, really, that's what it's about. Here's why he's not playing. They want him to do really one thing. Well, a couple of things. But his role is run the court, rebound, play defense. That's it. Run the court, rebound, play defense. Corner three, you're open, shoot it. Don't shoot the above the break three with 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Don't put your head down and go one-on-one when there's three people waiting for you to come to the paint. And with Jimmy, they don't need him to do that anymore. Jimmy's the guy that attacks now. Jimmy's good. So if he can't do that, then they got other people that can do that and fill those roles. While I think Kuminga definitely can play in the league, and I definitely think Kuminga can be a contributor in the league. Like I think he could probably average 18 and 8 in this league, which is good. Like he's going to, let's put it this way, he's going to be in the league a long time. He's going to make a lot of money in this league. I just don't know if it's going to be with this team because that's not what this team needs. And what they need, I'm not sure if Kuminga is able to give them because Kuminga thinks he can do more, which he can to his credit. But what he can do, they don't really need him to do that. I mean, one of the things that I've said about Jonathan is if he could just, do those things, run the court, run your ass off, get rid of the above the break threes, just flush them. Don't need those. Got other players that can shoot those. Corner threes only. Get to the bucket when it's available and then hit the shit out of the offensive glass. I mean, this guy is so athletic that he should get 2-3 offensive rebounds a game. Easy. And then, rebound your position on the defensive end. But, he's just having a hard time doing that. Like he doesn't do that consistently. And if he's not going to do that consistently with minutes shrinking in the postseason, then you know what? He'll just give those minutes to Guy. Because Guy's not near the player Kuminga is. I mean, we all know that. I mean, that's not even a question. But they don't need that. With what they need, Guy gives them, and he gives them happily. And so, is there such a thing as building a relationship with a ref? Yeah, they're absolutely. You talk to them, you're respectful with them. It doesn't mean they're going to give you calls, but they'll treat you fairly instead of having a grudge against you. Although I will give you one funny story. And when people say, do they call calls different for superstars? Of course they are. Of course they are. Do they do makeup calls? Well, I mean, I can't tell you if they do makeup calls or not for anybody else, but I will give you a story. And this is like 30 years ago, right? 40 years ago, I guess. I forget. And I forget who the official was. Maybe it was Bruce Alexander. I'm not sure. But we're playing in Cleveland. And toward the end of the first half, I caught a ball on the right side of the key, and I was going toward the baseline. So caught it, and in one motion, I was toward the baseline, turned around, I was going to shoot it. Well, Larry Nance was there, and Larry Nance like 6'11", long, and he went to block my shot. So I held my arm out like this and shot it and made the shot. They waved it off. They waved it off and said offensive foul. And I protested and said, look, I didn't extend my arm. I just held it up like this. So I told Bruce, Bruce, I didn't extend my arm. All I did is hold it up like this. I didn't extend it. And Bruce said, I'll look at it at halftime. I'll look at it. And so I'll come back out to warm up for the second half. And I'm in the layup line warming up. And Bruce Alexander is near half court. And he just, I go, what's up? I go, did you look at it? And he goes, yeah, I looked at it. You're right. And he goes, I kicked that one. You didn't extend your arm. He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, first time you get the ball in the second half, take it to the hole. Get the ball, take it to the hole, lay it up, make the layup. Nobody touched me. Nobody came close to touching me. Boop. Foul. I don't even know who he gave it to. I should have remembered who he gave it to because they had to be pissed. It's like, what are you talking about? I didn't even touch the guy. And it's Tolbert. It's not Jordan. You don't call a foul like that for him. So, yeah, he just called a phantom foul for me, put him in the free throw line, got a 3-point play. So you tell me makeup calls don't exist. I was a beneficiary of one. I know they exist. All right, what else do we have? Time we got. Holy shit. 140? Damn. It's like bedtime. Fucking animals. You guys are killing me. Why can't Steph catch a break when getting mugged multiple times per game? Look, you guys should know this about me by now. If you don't, I'll tell you. I don't do the whole conspiracy Steph's getting mugged thing. I just don't. I'm not going to be a guy that blames officials, blames coaches. Does Steph get fouled? Yeah. There's a lot of guys that get fouled in this league where they don't get the calls. I'm not going to go over every single one of them where he should have gotten a call or he didn't get the call or he did, because every fan base does that. And I appreciate what you're saying. And I know people that are in the organization think Steph gets fouled all the time. Like he does, but so what are you going to do? It's not changing. It hasn't changed in 15 years. It's not going to change now. So I just don't feel like talking about it because it's not going to change. And I don't want to be I'm a Warrior guy. Stop mugging Steph. Leave Steph alone because that's what they do down in LA for LeBron or for Luka. And that's what they do in LA for Kawhi or Harden. And that's what they do, like every fan base. So it's just like, it's not changing. Steph's fine. Steph gets the free throw line enough, and Steph kicks everyone's ass anyway. So look at it from that standpoint. But I would implore everyone out there, don't get into the official stuff, because once you get into the official stuff, that's all you're into. And don't get into the coaches don't know what the fuck they're doing stuff, because then you'll be on the websites. But this lineup's better than that lineup, and he doesn't play that lineup. He doesn't play that guy. He didn't play that guy. He didn't play that guy. Here's an idea. Sometimes the players fuck shit up, okay? It's okay to blame them. They're big boys. They can handle it. And that's who I tend to either give the credit to or receive the blame. It's the players to me. It's a player's game. All right? Coaches can help, sure. Coaches can suck and detract from a team, sure. Officials can be horrible. But officials don't do it on purpose. Officials aren't biased against one team. They just kind of suck. They might suck for your team one night. They may suck for the other team the next night. You don't know. But they don't do it on purpose. So I just try to stay away from it. I do. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be mean, but I don't go down that road. I just can't. I'm going to go on Rod's quality hang. Yeah, it seems late. It seems like it's a nighttime show, so that's probably perfect for me. If it was an 8 o'clock show, look, if my mom did an 8 a.m. show, I wouldn't go on. I'd be like, Mom, I love you. I do. You birthed me. You reared me, but 8 a.m.'s too early. Sorry, can't do it. I can't do it. So So yeah, I'll probably go with Rod. Yeah, I love Rod. Rod's a cool dude, and like I said, his show fits me. It's 8 p.m. So we're all good. All right. I think we're going to call it because it's late and I want to finish my beer and I want to have a chew and I want to watch a little Sports Center before I go to bed. So, everybody, we'll be back Wednesday. Wednesday is going to have to be a little bit shorter. I mean, because I know once you guys get me going and get me wound up, I'll sit up here and just bullshit with you for a couple hours. But I don't know what time the flight leaves on Thursday, and I definitely don't want to miss the flight. I don't want to be doing a show from here Friday. That would suck, missing the game. So yeah, so the schedule is going to be. We'll be on same thing. I'll try to get here as quickly as I can after the game. Like I went in. They have a big team spread in the locker room, so I grabbed a couple things there, like some meatballs. Got some sweet meatballs, some shrimp. Grabbed some. What else did I grab? Oh, they had a burger. They had a little slider there. That was nice. So I had one of those. I just didn't want to get a lot because like I eat this late. Oh man, my stomach just starts killing me. Like it's not even feeling great right now. So I don't know if the beer is great for me, but I'm finishing it. I ain't throwing it away. This beer has come over 2,000 miles to get in my belly. And guess what? It's going to get in my belly. You've traveled a long way, beer. I'm not putting you out to pasture. You're not going to waste. So Wednesday we'll do a show. Tuesday, Wednesday, Todd Husak, Chad Millman. So we'll be on in the afternoon, Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll send out reminders too on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever. We'll send you reminders of if you subscribe, then you won't have to worry about it. You'll get alerts. So you'll be good to go. And so again, if you can do that, then I guess that's the benefit of subscribing, right? So you'll know when the shows are going to be. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Todd Husak Tuesday, Chad Millman Wednesday, and then Thursday no show. Wednesday, I guess we'll do 2 shows, right? We'll do Chad, and then we'll do a post game, and then Friday, my buddy Bergie is gonna join me in the backyard. We're gonna do backyard barbecue on Friday, talking Niners, talking draft. We'll have a first rounder to discuss, and then we'll discuss like what happened in the second round. Did they trade back? What guys did they get? And again, Bergie's my guy. I love that guy. He's one of my best friends, and he's not a guy like we would ever have on KMBR because he's not a name. But trust me, he knows as much football as just about anybody that I've had. He actually coached with Brent Jones. Brent was his tight end coach when he was at Monte Vista. They were there when Zach Ertz was there. So Bergie knows football, and he's been a Niner fan his whole life. So it'll be fun to chat with him about the Niners and the NFL and all that kind of stuff. So we'll just sit back there, drink some beers, and talk football. And then probably Saturday we'll do a post game. I mean, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how that goes. See what time I get home. Because the game will be at Chase. And then, yeah, we could probably do something. We could probably do something Saturday. I mean, I'll be at home. I can grab beer from the fridge and go in there and talk with you animals. I usually like to watch. That's the one thing I can't do when I'm on the road is watch the game again when I come home, especially playoff games. I'll watch it over again just so I can absorb the whole thing. And because there's some things I don't see where I'm sitting. And I don't do that a lot during the regular season unless it's like a game that's like, what the hell happened in that game? How did that happen? What happened? Like I'll watch the fourth quarter, maybe second half. But playoff games, I usually try to watch again when I go home. Can't do it on the road, but I'll wait. Saturday we'll do a show, and then I'll watch the game. So, hey, thanks for joining. I had no idea how this was going to work. I had no idea how many people were going to show up, but you guys showed up. Appreciate it. So as long as you guys show up, I'll keep doing it. I mean, I'm in the hotel room, I'm crushing beers, talking basketball. What could be better, right? Incredible. And maybe next show we'll even throw in some. We'll have time for that another time. There's football stuff. We'll have time for that other shows, but we'll mainly just concentrate on Warriors stuff and then NBA stuff. I'll be watching NBA games over the next couple of days too, so try to get a handle on some of the other ones. So, Hey, thanks for joining, everybody. I appreciate it. Again, if you want to like, subscribe, cool. If not, if you just stopped on by and you just want to keep on cruising, that's cool too. Everybody enjoy your beverages tonight, because I'm going to. Cheers to a nice Warriors win. Let's see if we can get another one on Wednesday. See you guys. Bye.